Welcome to the second elimination round of the 2014 Bridgestone 4x4 Club Challenge. For this round, the teams headed to the Bass Lake 4x4 track near the town of Henny-on-Klip, south of Johannesburg. With rain falling in the days leading up to the event and more rain on the cards for the day of the competition, Route Master Saki Kutsia laid out a tough track, specifically with the expected rain and muddy tracks in mind. This is the first round, where the short wheelbase and long wheelbase vehicles will compete on the same track, but their results will be split into the two sections. So there will be shorty and long wheelbase champions crowned at the final in November. As always, the admin was first. So after the registration process, scrutineering, gathering of sponsor drinks, sticker attachment, and driver's briefing, the teams deflated their 4x4's tires in anticipation of a very tough day at the office. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. This is Bass Lake. We fast forward straight to the eyes wide open obstacles, and there were quite a few of them. This is obstacle 4, a very steep and slippery and rutted climb. Our first customers are Flip Kotze and Herman Steyn in a Suzuki Jimny. Flip is convinced that whenever our cameras are near his personal space, things go horribly wrong. Let's ride with Flip then. Besides one dead pole, that went reasonably well, didn't it, Flip?
It's tough. It goes everywhere where you don't want it to go. And you have no control over that. And Bucky is giving us a hard time today.
The next team to arrive at obstacle 4 is Peter Gundlach and Willem Marais in another Suzuki Jimny. Armed with aftermarket rear lockers, these little Jimnys are really capable. Let's see how Peter handles this test.
No, man, that was too easy. Let's head to an obstacle that only half of the field could actually complete, and where not a single team could score full marks. This obstacle not only features a very, very steep and rutted climb, but also a trick to start with, as Rian and Michelle Kutsia will now demonstrate in their Toyota Hilux. The teams have to line up their vehicle on a very steep hump. The front wheels in line with the first gate. The handbrake must be engaged, neutral selected, and all feet must be removed from the pedals. If the vehicle rolls back, that's 0 points. Right, so Rian is set. And that's that for the Hilux on this obstacle, and they score a 0. In the end, 20 teams failed to score any points here, which surely resulted in some adjustments of handbrakes for following events. Next up are Vaughan Ashford and Noel Jones in a Nissan Hardbody V6. Let's see if the Nissan's handbrake fares any better after the Hardbody crew gets their lining up issues sorted.
How am I doing on the gate?
You too close, yeah. You're gonna, no, go this way.
Which way? I can't see your hand. No, stand there.
No, but I can't see the gate.
How am I
this
doing
way.
for the gate?
This way.
Okay.
Oh dear, so another one bites the dust.
Thank you.
Ivan Lohm and Stephen Grieve are next in a Suzuki Jimny. Ivan has done quite well in the past, even winning events overall. However, Ivan does seem to have a bit of a short fuse.
Weet jy lê die kar? Ha? Is it? Heerlikheid.
There's an old saying that one should never ever get into an argument with a marshal.
Okay, Ivan,
Ja.
can we try one more thing?
Hoekom? Ek's nog nie deur die gate nie. Ek het agter die gate behoort aan my.
Kyk, maar jy raak nou gevaarlik, so jy moet nou julle lyn reg kry.
Ja, ek verstaan dit, maar ek is nie meer gevaarlik as wat ek nou was nie.
Jy was. Ek het daar staan, ek het gesien. Bietjie terug.
Okay, so with the chimney finally lined up okay-ish, and with Ivan seemingly getting a bit worked up already, it's time for the rollback test.
Altyd jou voete weg van die pedaal.
Ja. Gee my net 'n kans, asseblief. Dankie.
With all that finally done and dusted, it's now time for Ivan to tackle the climb. But there's more trouble brewing.
Kyk, my lokker is nie aan nie. Ek weet nie hoekom nie. Dankie.
Ibor, after all that drama, Ivan leaves this obstacle with absolutely nothing. And we don't think he's going to get a Christmas card from the marshal either. And here's the camera-shy Suzuki team of Flip Kotzer and Herman Stein again. After they successfully shrugged off the camera jinx and the previous obstacle, they were champing at the bit to tackle this obstacle. Crikey, looks like the camera jinx has struck again. Our last customer here is Peter Gunlach and his Suzuki. Peter uses an amazing tongue steering method, but still manages to take out some poles along the way. At least he kissed and made up with one severely traumatized pole. Time for a quick visit to the shops. When we return, the action continues at the Bass Lake 4x4 trail in Henley on Klip. You're back at the second elimination round of the 2015 Bridgestone 4x4 Club Challenge, and this is Obstacle 7. This is a short and technical test with a steep drop-off in the middle of the obstacle. This is Werner and Arno Scarp in a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Let's ride with the Scarpians. Oh dear, that didn't work out so well for Werner and Arno.
Jy het my 'n balletjie gekos.
In the end, it turned out to be a day the Scarpians, who normally bat at the sharp end of the field, would rather forget. This is Obstacle 8, and compared to some of the bigger challenges, it looks like a walk in the park at first. However, those gates are extremely narrow, so teams have to take very careful aim or sacrifice some poles along the way. This is Sean Niemand and Chart Skierpers, and they're in a Jeep Wrangler TJ.
Ach nee.
Oopsie, that didn't go so well for the Jeep team. Thankfully, the Wrangler comes standard with a built-in bleep system when you open the door to sort out that sailor language. This is obstacle 3, and this is Michael and Annelies Dutton, and they're in a Toyota Fortuner. Obstacle 3 is a bit of a nasty business. A steep drop into some dongas is followed by an almost impossibly tight turn, and then a very steep, rutted climb. Let's ride with the Duttons. The Fortuner makes it through okay-ish, clocking plenty of airtime and bagging a total of 70 valuable points. Dominique Chaluka and Lawrence Dames are next in a shorty Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. After carefully inspecting all the intricacies and nuances of this obstacle, Dominique gets jiggy with it.
This way.
Switching on two differential locks certainly did the trick there. In the cabin, Dominique seems quite relieved.
That was intense. Eh? How many do you hit?
Hey, one pull
And one rollback.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm happy. That's good score. I'm happy with that. Fantastic. Great stuff.
Rudolph and Ria Volmerens are in another Jeep. This is a Cherokee, and it doesn't have as many off-road tricks as the Rubicon. Let's see how it fares here. the Cherokee actually makes it look pretty easy. And despite a couple of penalties, the Jeep team scores a handy 50 points.
Nah.
Nee, hy was bietjie scary daarom daar, hoor. Just like hy. Was het hy bietjie gelig?
Ja, hoe lyk die hand?
Daarom nog so bietjie alright gewees.
Time for a break. On the other side, the action at Obstacle 3 continues unabated. We find out if co-drivers can actually drive, and the winners of this round are crowned. This is the Bridgestone 4x4 Club Challenge, and this is Obstacle 3. Before the break, we saw a few bigger 4x4s get through the obstacle okay-ish, but all of them lost points taking out poles or recording stops and rollbacks. Chart and Adele Prinsloo are in a small Suzuki Jimny, and in theory they should do well on this tight business. There may be a catch though. This Jimny doesn't have any aftermarket lockers. Let's see how they go.
Seker so reg as wat ek ooit gaan wees.
Safety belts aan.
Safety belts aan. Ja. En ons gaan. Baie dankie. Dit was hard. Was hy toch? Dit was 'n shock. Ja. Bakkie kant. Twee bakkies.
En hulle doen dit.
Is er daai bakkie ook? Nee.
Nee, ons het nie daar bakkie nie.
Laaste keer.
Ach no man, the open differentials and that slippery business of a climb did not work out too well.
Oh.
So Chart and Adele have to throw in the towel.
It was rough, it was tough, but I think we approached it wrong. It is how it is, but luckily it's something wins, something loses, and the car is on its wheels.
This is Dani and Vilma Tate and their nifty little Suzuki SJ413. Dani is a regular winner, so let's check out his moves on this tough obstacle.
What else?
And that's an outstanding 90 points in the bank. Yep, size does matter after all. This is the last obstacle of the day, and it's one with a twist. The co-driver has to drive, and it's a reversing exercise through some gates. At least an oil tanker can fit through these gates, so it's more of a question of just getting the turning thing right. We ride with the Jeep with the built-in swear word bleeping system. Chart is now behind the steering wheel, and Sean is in the unfamiliar seat on the left.
Alright, ek gaan jou eers vir jou check voorop en dan check jy af reg. Kyk, laat jy af.
Let's go low speed reversing then.
Dis al reg. Kyk. Bring hom gaan. Jy kan begin swaai hierdie kant. Hy loop. Met hy loop. Sy, mooi. Met hy kom. Jy kan hierdie kant toe kom. Ons is ver hierso. Trek net jou neus voor. En kom. Baie mooi gedoen, Maarten.
What? Oh, they finished. That was too exciting.
Awesome. First time of the Jeep. I'm very happy. Nice. Very glad. Thanks to my new Navi.
Before we go to this event's winners, just a customary rundown of the prizes that are up for grabs in this competition. In the eliminator rounds, the top teams will win only points because the really big prizes will be in the game in the final event, where the top 30 teams will have a crack at top honors. Overall winners in both short wheelbase and long wheelbase classes will receive a set of Bridgestone tyres as well as a Trick Tough Dog suspension upgrade, courtesy of Opposite Lock. Second place will win an LED light bar and Snowmaster fridge. And third place an Opposite Lock tyre repair kit and a Melville and Moon seat cover set. Several smaller accessory prizes will also be up for grabs for the top 10 places in each class. So for the first official time, we have two winners, one for the short wheelbase and one for the long wheelbase classes. And the winners in the shorty class were Dani and Vilma Tate in the little SJ. The team recorded an amazing 940 points, more than 100 points clear of the second placed 4x4. This is turning out to be the team to beat in 2015. In the long wheelbase class, it was former champion Danny Daniels, partnered with Rob Wallace, that took the victory in their Jeep Grand Cherokee, scoring 645 points. Next week, the action gets even trickier, as the teams head to the infamous Atsagat 4x4 track near Brits in the Northwest Province. As it turns out, it was to be one of the toughest and best 4x4 challenges in the history of the event. Don't miss it. Till then, ta-ra.